Okay, we would love to hear that. Let Afroz ma'am join. She will be teaching.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes.
today I can't on my video, so it will be better or not?
It's okay.
Because it is showing that you can't on.
Actually, I don't know the reason, but you can speak without video also.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, what is the meaning of promotes?
What is the meaning of?
Promotes.
Promote means to help grow, to help in growing.
Okay, sir.
So maybe we can begin. I don't know why Afroz ji has not joined yet. Weber, you can start.
What, sir?
You want to start?
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, let me, in the meantime, inform you about we had a slight difference of opinion yesterday on whether USA helped India in the Kargil war or not. And I asked you to check up. Some of you were saying it was not USA which helped India, USA was helping Pakistan. I checked up on this. Our general at that time, VK Singh, has also written, and on net you can check on the Brookings Institute site. Brookings is a very reliable research institute. It clearly says that Clinton, who was the president of USA at that time, called up Nawaz Sharif and forced him to withdraw from Kargil peaks. Nawaz Sharif did not withdraw whatever soldiers were there, but he could not send more people. And this helped India and limited the number of people who had to die in climbing those very dangerous peaks. Now, Vaibhav, you were also, I think, having the different view. What did you check? Did you try to check up on the facts?
What, sir?
What are you doing? I have. Do you want me to repeat the whole thing?
No, sir.
We were discussing yesterday did USA help India or Pakistan? You were saying, and Khushi was saying USA helped Pakistan.
Yes, sir. USA and Pakistan.
Did you check up on the what? What did you find on the net
No,
or
sir.
on?
Because sir, I have asked my teacher also that, and my GK teacher, she also told that Pakistan. Oh, sorry, America helped Pakistan.
So you will believe your teacher only?
No, sir.
One of your teacher is saying USA helped India. One teacher is saying USA helped Pakistan. So you must check up on Google, or if you have some library, you can go to the library and see the books on this. I
Okay,
told
sir.
you one book, General VK Singh has written a book. But even in a minute, you can check on Google. Only you have to be particular. Whenever you check on Google, you must go to very reliable, reputed websites.
Yes, sir.
Big universities like Harvard or Brookings or Yale or Oxford, Cambridge, all these are very reliable websites. Okay.
Yes,
Then
sir.
there is a very big resource for knowledge which government of India has opened, that is called NDLI, National Digital Library Initiative. You can visit that also.
Okay, sir.
And in search, you can easily find answer for anything.
Yes, sir.
You just do that now. You have a mobile, na? You
Yes, sir.
find, you type USA role in Kargil war
Okay,
and tell
sir.
me what does it say.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question to all.
First of all, you search this because you were holding a different opinion. I've given this homework to you particularly. First, check this out on Google. USA role in Kargil war.
Okay, sir. I'm.
Meanwhile,
Can I say
who
something?
would like to speak on the topic for today? Yes, Gaurav.
Uh, Sir, I would like to say that sir, you asked that US supported Pakistan in the Kargil war, but sir, it's not true.
No,
Even
no, Gaurav.
any
What are you saying?
yes, sir.
I said USA supported India.
Oh, sir,
Khushi
but
and
you asked that. Oh, sir, India.
where you don't pay attention. How are you listening? The whole point was I mentioned USA had supported India in the Kargil war. Anyway, let's come to today's topic. Who would like to speak first?
Sir, USA helped India in Kargil war. I have searched.
So, your teacher told you wrong, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyway, whenever there are two different views, you should search on Google immediately. Now it is such a big facility.
Yes, sir.
Make it a habit to immediately do a Google search. But
Yes.
go to the good website. Which are the
Okay.
good websites? JSTOR. JSTOR is best turtle. Then you can also go to big university like Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, etc. In India,
Yes.
you can go to NDLI website.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start with today's discussion. You can speak now, Weber.
Sir, I have to ask a question to all.
Yes.
First vacuum cleaner. When first vacuum cleaner was made, and in which year?
I don't know which year exactly, but it was, I think, in 1920, near about 1920.
No, sir. It's 1869.
I'm not very sure, but it should not be 1869. There was no electricity in 1869.
Sir,
Where have you found this?
sir, I have a book with me in my hand only. I can't show because my video is not turning on.
Tell us what is that book? Who is the author?
Sir, I don't know author. It's science book. And uh, sir, am I visible?
Yes.
Sir, here it is written.
This was manually powered. It is written, it is manually powered.
Okay, sir.
It was not electric vacuum cleaner. Electricity came in late 19th century. Anyway,
Okay.
you should bring up this such extra topics during discussion. Let us first have the today's speeches. Why don't you speak, Weber, on the topic of today?
Okay, sir. Can I start?
Yes, please start.
About today's topic, firstly, I say namaskar to all my teachers and my dear friends. About today's topic, importance of fasting, I would tell that I would tell 5 points about the topic. First point, promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. Several studies have found that fasting may improve blood sugar control, which could be especially useful for those at risk of diabetes. Second, promotes better health by fighting inflammation. While acute inflammation is a normal immune process used to help fight off infection and chronic inflammation can have serious serious consequences for our health. And third point is that may enhance heart health by improving blood pressure, triglyceride, and chloride levels. Heart diseases is considered the leading cause of death around the world, accounting for an estimated 31.5% of deaths globally. 8. And fourth point is may boost brain function and prevents neighborhood disorder. So, through research, it's mostly limited to animal research. Several studies have found that fasting could have a powerful effect on brain health. And last and final point, fifth point, that is aids weight loss by limiting calorie intake and boosting metabolism. Many doctors pick up fasting looking for a quick and easy way to drop a few pounds. Thank you.
Okay, good, Weber. But we have repeatedly requested you should not read. You shall try to remember the points and
No,
speak
I
without
have
reading.
not. Sir, I have not read it. I have not any book.
I have not read. You will not say read it. I have not read. I was
Sir,
not reading. Then
sir, I
why were
was not.
you? What is you use the word inflammation? What is inflammation?
Sir, I information I would say and invest.
Yes. What is inflammation?
I was, sir, I was saying information.
No, you use the word inflammation.
Sir, I have used by mistakenly. I was
You talked
sir,
about the medical condition and you said inflammation, and you perhaps do not know its meaning. That means you are not speaking from your own preparation. Try and speak, otherwise it will not help you much if you will only read.
yes.
Okay, next person who will speak. Welcome, Afroz ji. Welcome. I hope you are keeping very well. It must
Sir,
be a very tiring day for you. And thank you for joining. Now you
actually,
can take over. Only Baba has spoken till now.
good evening, sir.
Evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
We can't hear you, Afroz ji.
Yes, sir.
Please take over.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yes. So today's topic is importance of fasting because we all have fasting in our religion. So if it was mentioned in our religious ceremonies and rituals, then there will be some importance. So what is the importance of fasting? Fasting for us, as Weber has told us that for detoxifying, to increase metabolism, helps to increase metabolism for certain food items we don't eat during fast. Hai. So next candidate, I don't know. Yes, Kushi.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. First, I will give the chance to Kushi.
Sorry, ma'am, I was not able to hear you. Can you please repeat?
Lovely and Nandini, they have also raised their hands.
Ma'am, may I start?
Yes. Lovely, you may start now. And Nandini, I will give you the chance after Lovely.
Okay, ma'am.
After Nandani, may I start?
No, after Nandini, you may. Yes, Kushi, after Nandini, you may speak. Yes,
To
Lovely.
eat, yes, to eat food not for a certain time, usually for religious reason. Religious season is known as fasting. Recently, Navratri has went and many of us have kept fast. This is people's belief in God which makes importance of fast and makes it special. It is said that God fulfills our wish and keeps us blessed always. People also believe that God becomes happy when we keep fast for Him. According to science, if I talk about fasting is a practice that has been associated with a wide array potential health benefits, including weight loss, a well improve blood sugar control, heart health, brain functions, cancer prevention, etc. And there are many other things. But from my views, if I talk about the importance of fasting, fasting is totally the belief and ritual that all the religions follow according to their practices, which the religions allow to follow. For example, people keep fast for fast on Thursday, or believing in the God of keeping it for people have Satyanarayan Puja on the day of on Thursday, and on Friday people keep fast for Lakshmi Ji. This is people's belief in God, which makes fast, which gives importance to fast and makes it more special. Thank you.
Very well spoken. But my question is, does really fast just belongs to the physical health? Fasting just for physical?
Physical, sometimes fasting also affects our mental health. When then, like on Janmashtami, we don't have to eat food the whole day. At the night we have to eat. So sometimes many people get drained. So this may affect the mental health too.
Yes,
Both the mental and physical health are affected.
in a way, we can say it helps us to self-control, a little
Yes,
bit self-control on ourselves.
yes,
है
ma'am.
ना? Yes. Lovely, very well spoken. And now, Nandini.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. May I start?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My views on today's topic is fasting is an ancient practice in many religions. It is a way to express your faith in God. Fasting means reduce in intake of food or eat no food for a particular period of time. So yeah, fasting is very important with religious purpose as well as with science. Fasting is not a practice only in Hinduism, but it is also a practice in Muslim religion and in other religion also. Like in Hinduism, we keep fast on Navratri, Karwa Chauth, Bhai Dooj, and many other festivals. And in Muslim religion, they keep fast during Ramzan month. Fasting, fasting is very good practice to clean your body internally. Fasting cleans toxins from our body and makes our body toxin free. It also improves our immune system and blood circulation in the body. Fasting is also helpful in weight loss. Thank you.
Okay, very well spoken, Nandini. So all around you are suggesting that this is all for only for physical fitness. Fasting importance for fasting is just for physical fitness, huh? Because we have
No, ma'am.
fast on various on Thursday, Wednesday, Mondays. But what is the logic behind fasting on certain days? Okay. So Khushi, now would you like to speak? Yes, Nandini. Khushi? Are you ready?
Hello, ma'am. Are you able
Vaibhav?
to hear me? Ma'am, are you able to hear me? I appreciate it.
Yes, Kushi, are you speaking?
Yes, sir. Sir, may I just drink your water and then speak?
Okay. Meanwhile, you can ask someone else to
Gagan and
fill the gap.
yes, Gagan is there. Gaurav is also there. Because Vaibhav has spoken. Lovely and Nani too have spoken. So now Gagan, Gaurav, if you are ready.
Ma'am, can I start?
Hold on.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today I am here to present my views on the today's topic. And ma'am, today's topic is fasting, important fasting in our life. Ma'am, fasting is nothing but it is an activity which is related to us our potential energy and as well as the mental energy. And in every human do fasting मतलब do fast work in his or her life to do his work in less time to save the time and to increase his money wealth etc. So ma'am, every person tries to do that at physical and at mental level both, and there are some advantages at both levels, like in physical level, fasting helps in to make the human fit, increases metabolism, reduces the problem, diseases related to our body, makes.
You are not clearly audible. Gaurav, is there any problem?
Can I start, ma'am? Can I starting, ma'am? My connection is lost.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, ma'am, for the disturbance. So, ma'am, as I'm saying that these all are the physical advantages by that human can do in fasting, and in mental also. It improves the brain strength, brain's ability, the catching power of the brain, and to connect and to connect with the other people. So these are the advantages or the benefits that the person can take while doing fasting. But ma'am, as the elders and everyone says that jaldi ka kaam shaitan ka. So ma'am, if a person tries to do fasting every day, it also provides a very disadvantage and harmful feedback to the people on both the ways, like that is ma'am the mental and physical. Like if the person do regularly fasting, that it provides a very bad impact, harsh impact on his body, that sometimes he get very badly affected, and his body muscles get weak, and he is unable to do the particular work. And in mental strength, uh, persons are doing fasting sometimes take a very pressure or stress on their mind, so that the work they can do very easily and very sharply, softly. They face very difficulties in that particular work, and majority times they all unable to do that work. So ma'am, every person has to do fast work in his life, but ma'am in a limited manner, by uh, making a timetable, that ma'am, like by managing it. Then if a person managing and do the fasting, it's very helpful for his life, ma'am, for her. Thank you,
This
ma'am.
was okay. Thank you, Gagan. Very well spoken. There are so many defects of fasting continuously. If you are going for following it very in a very hard manner and very disciplined manner continuously, then it has adverse effect on our health as well. है ना?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So Gagan has spoken. Now,
Ma'am, now can I start?
Ma'am, may I speak, Khushi?
yeah, Khushi. Yes, you may speak, Khushi, now.
Yes, ma'am. Namaskar, everyone. Today, my name is Khushi, and today I will speak on this topic. As in Gujarati, people used to say, जीवन में एक बार उपवास रखना चाहिए, वो हमारी सेहत के लिए अच्छा होता है. So it's absolutely correct, as it used to just help our brain functions to improve their cells, and used to just help to lose the weight of the person. But it depends to person, as the if the body of the person is not in the manner, and he just do the fasting, so he may become more, he may get more weight loss, and he may got many weaknesses. And if some incident happens, so it may be less chance to just keep the person alive. So, and fasting also used to improve hunger. The people who don't used to love to eat, or just use love to just who don't want to eat something, they only used to eat outside. So the person who used to do this, the fasting the best solution. If they want to get hunger or improve their hunger, so they must do fasting in their life. And the old people, the best reason of the life of the old people are the fasting only. The people in older time, they used to do fasting in a month, in a every month, and that's used to improve their blood sugar management, and used to help them in the many diseases. And fasting also used to just help us to just help us to mentally also. If the person who is in depression and he do fasting and start start just focusing on his aim. And nowadays student also use fasting while they study, as if someone give him food or his food, so they will just refuse and just study and focus on their study, and that is the main that is the good source that they score good marks. And I guess fasting is a good fasting. Every person should do fasting in his or her life. Thank you.
Okay, Kushi. Again, my point is mental and physical fitness. It is important, but how does fasting helps in other aspects of life?
Ma'am, in pujas also people used to Navratri also people used to do fasting for the god pray.
Ma'am, not only Navratri, not only Navratri, on Karwa Chauth also many many women have a fast. They not to even drink water.
It is not women, it is women. Women don't drink water on that day. And it is believed. More nowadays, women have started drinking water and they take some tea as well. So now we are not so hard and strict toward fasting. We are becoming a little bit liberal.
Ma'am, there can be no one in that, but my mother is not included in that number.
So many women don't take any a single drop of water till the moon rises in the sky at night. Correct? On Tej as well and Choth Vrats, I have seen people finishing their fast after the moon rising in the sky late at night. Hana? But so many reasons are
Yes,
there behind fasting. So here.
ma'am, can Bhavya start now?
Yes, Bhavya.
Sir, can I start? Ma'am, can I start?
Yes, Bhavya.
Ma'am, first can Gaurav bhai start?
Gagan was there also, na?
He can start first.
Ma'am, can I start? Ma'am, Gaurav.
Now you start.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yes.
Ma'am, am I visible now?
Yes, you are visible.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, friends and my dear friends. Ma'am, my view on today's topic is, ma'am, fasting. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to tell you that what is fasting, ma'am. Fasting means, in the easy word, we can say that just stop eating food for a particular period of time, or by skipping the meals. And ma'am, it has a very fasting has very advantages. Like first is, ma'am, that fasting promotes the blood sugar and helps in controlling the insulin. Second, ma'am, second is that it promotes better health and helps us to fight inflammation. Third, ma'am, next is that it also promotes, it also improves blood pressure and reduces cholesterol levels, and also good for them health conditions and heart health. And ma'am, next is, ma'am, that it boosts our brain at it also it leads to enhance the mentality and body and functions of the body parts. Ma'am, next we can say that it fasting helps into controlling the body weight, and it keeps the person fit. That by fasting the person helps to be fit, and it which further leads that to it helps in muscle weight or loss weight. And and ma'am, also fasting somewhere helps to uh, helps in cancer prevention.
according to a study. And but ma'am, fasting has many disadvantages also, that if a person have a eating disorder or is has a disease from the past, so by skipping the meal, or if the health condition of the person is not well, so if he or she will do fasting, then he or she health become more critical. So fasting is not a good method. And if particular person has a particular type of disease, then fasting is not good, because by eating healthy fruits, vegetables, food, then he will able to recover more fastly. Also ma'am, as we can say, like teenage, or we can say young generation, go to gym to reduce their weight, do exercises, or for that they skip meals and take medicines, pills, protein. So ma'am, by taking those medicines, protein is not good unless the persons should not skip should not do fasting, but instead of they eat fruits, vegetables. Yes, they eat less, but they eat healthy in a proper and limited way. So I would like to conclude that fasting is not good nor bad, but according to the person's body, the person should eat or not eat according to the time, and eat proper food, healthy food according to their body. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you for expressing your views. And I'll express my views after that. So Gaurav has spoken. Lovely, Nandini, Gagan.
I have to also spoke. Bhavya.
Bhavya. Yes, Bhavya.
May I start?
Yes. One more.
Namaskar, ma'am. What, ma'am?
Yeah, no, one more has joined. Karan.
Yeah. Namaskar, ma'am, and my dear friends. I am Afroz. Today I want to speak on this topic. Fasting is very important because it helps us to do many things, like it develop our brain skills. We have been physically and mentally we are focused on our work. We can have many benefits of that. But a person who is unhealthy, if he will be having that fasting, so it is the second danger for him, because it needs healthy fruits and other things. So if he will be having fasting, it is the second danger for him. Fasting have many fasting is important, because if we do fasting, we will be mentally focused on our work, and we can focus on our work, and physically we will be having more strength. But the negative impact of this will be that our normal body needs 2,000 to 2,500 calories. But if we will be not eating food, so the count of that will be zero. But to make our healthy, that we have to need that much amount of calories. But if we will be not having that, so we will be not having a healthy body. But it's not for only one day. If you will be having fast for one day, it is okay. But if you will be having fast for more than 2-3 days, so it will be harmful for us. In Navratris and any other day of which we put on which we have fast, so it is on that day we should be eat something before the night. We have to eat something more in the night, so in the morning we should be having energy to do work. So lastly, I want to say that, and please have a balanced diet.
Okay, Bhavya, very well spoken.
Thank you, ma'am.
Doesn't mean that you will stop eating all the food items, but rather certain food items are prohibited during those fasting period. We don't quit eating anything, everything during fast. Rather, we take healthier food during fast, because nowadays we just continue taking iodized salt, and that does not provide mineral supply to our body. When we have during the fast, we stop taking this iodized salt, then rather than we take rock salt or some sea salts that provide some minerals to our body and that are quite beneficial for us.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because iodized sugar, iodized salt, it is increasing problem of belonging to thyroid gland. And during fast, we don't like to take sugar added foods and other eat sweets, but we rather prefer to have natural sugar elements like jaggery or fruits, fresh fruits.
Yes,
So they're
ma'am.
quite healthy for us, our health.
Yes, ma'am.
And we are particular on those days that these certain thing that I am not allowed to take today. So it teaches you a kind of self-discipline, because I have seen so many people who are addicted to wine, liquor addicted, or they smoke cigarettes. But during fast, they just quit it for all the 9 days during Navratras or any fasting period. They just quit it for the whole of the day. So it is a message for them that you can control this habit or you can quit because your willpower is there to leave such bad habits.
Afrozji, Karan has joined us. I think he has raised his hand. He wants to say something. Karan, you want to say something?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, welcome, Karan. Karan
Thank
Hi.
is
you.
Rita's son. He's a very innovative person, full of creativity. We are very happy to welcome you, Karan.
Thank you, Mama.
So share your views on the topic.
Yeah, I think today's topic is fasting and the benefits of it. There are a lot of benefits if we seriously see into this topic. Fasting is considered to be as autophagic. If you research, I think one of the person in the chat was telling us about how it is also curing cancer. So there's this doctor, you can search it. It's a paper and he's got a Nobel Prize for it too. Hello?
Yes, yes.
You are.
Can you switch
Yeah.
on your video?
Switch on your video, Karan.
Yeah, I'll try.
We can hear you. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
We can see you now.
Called Wong Hang, I think he's a Japanese, who has written a book on autophagy and cancer. And it is recommended for cancer patients as a alternative therapy rather than radio and chemo. One is that. Second, if you see on a daily basis, I think Indian subcontinent's diet is vegetarian, and vegetarian diet is very less on amino acids. Like 80% of Indians are basically protein deficit, which is basic amino acids that we get. But through autophagy, our basic system has survived till now out of being completely vegetarian. And we have, except ghee or milk products, we have no animal-based products in our daily diet. The maximum people of India. Now they are turning out to be non-vegetarian since like I think a decade. So yeah, one, it can be a very good thing for cancer, and the people can go by that book. I'll just autophagy and cancer. You can search that book. It is proven to have a lot of good effects on it. What autophagy basically does is it eradicates bad cells, bad toxins from your body. So if I see how fasting works, is that there are different systems in your body. So there's reproductive system, there is respiratory system, there is digestion system. If all the time we try and put the load on the digestive system, so by intermittent fasting or by fasting, just fasting. So intermittent fasting is a term which has been used nowadays. A lot of people are doing, a lot of actors are doing it, models are doing it. So basically what it says is keep your system empty for 16 hours and eat only in 8-hour window. So we have 8, 3 8-hour windows in 24 hours. So they say for 2 windows of 8 hours, which is 16, you keep your system empty and let other systems work. Like, so I let my other cells and other systems like respiratory, reproductive, hormonal system to function and correct themselves, except putting in something in my digestive system and just putting the load of the whole body on it. That's how basically any fasting works. The autophagy type fasting says that we should fast for 3 days in a go. And the best way to do it, if anybody is thinking of doing it, is to have a mix of salts, as ma'am was telling us. Not just iodized salt. We should mix all the salt: pink salt, iodized salt, rock salt, so pink salt in basic sense, and soda and water, and a little bit of sugar. It previously people were telling us that it can control insulin levels. It can, because insulin spikes are controlled in it. So if you don't eat for a long time, you don't have any insulin spike in the system. So it kind of gives you a leverage out of it. The less insulin is there in your system for a longer time, you are less prone to diabetes. Diabetes is not basically that you are reluctant to sugar. The problem is that your body has so many insulin spikes that it has to produce a lot of insulin. So your sensors which recept the insulin, they get burnt off. So previously, if 10 grams of
sorry for interrupting. Actually, we confine first round for 2-minute speeches, and again we will come back. You have raised very important points, and I think Afroz ji will be concluding, and then again we will have a second round. So please come again. Afroz ji, he has mentioned very important point about 3 days together fasting, etc. And Ramzan, in fact, has a 40-day fasting period.
30 days.
But Mama, Ramzan is they eat after like almost 16 hours. So Ramzan is mostly a intermittent fasting, not a 3-day prolonged complete fast. What the doctor which has introduced cancer and autophagy, what that doctor was saying is that
you were also saying that you should have 16 hours of no food.
Yeah, no food which is calorie
that is close to Ramzan pattern.
Yeah, we can say that. And how Jainis also function, and how we generally function in our any so we have one meal the whole day, which is either the night or the day. So that also gives a window which improves the system. It basically gives the body time to improve and not waste all its energy on just the digestive system.
So maybe Afroz ji could tell us, have you seen that Muslims are generally much less prone to cancer, diabetes, etc. than Hindus, because they all observe Ramzan? What is the evidence?
No, sir. They are prone to, they are not having diseases like these things, because lifestyle diseases are there. For whole 11th month, they are consuming these things, and for 1 month they try to control their diet. But this is a message for human beings to control their food habits, to value the food items, because we don't in India, so we earlier the अन्न को जो बहुत ज़्यादा importance देते थे, don't throw out, don't leave remaining food items. We take too much food items in a like a buffet and such kind of dinners, and then we left so many things in our plate. But fasting teaches us how to value for such things. Don't throw away the food unnecessarily. It teaches us a lesson. Plus, fasting doesn't belong to only don't having some eatable items, but it is also belonging to our five senses. Don't to speak ill of others. This is the fasting for your tongue. Don't see ills of others. This is the fasting message for your eyes. Don't hear ill of others. This is the message for your ears. So fasting doesn't mean that this is only for your health or stomach related things, but it is fasting means having a control on your senses, not to think bad of others. Even your heart should be purified. You don't have bad feelings for others. This is a deep message of fasting.
I have never read Quran. Maybe do you remember any ayat from Quran about fasting?
So many are there, because one is there. What blessing would you deny from your God? आप अपने अल्लाह की किस रहमत से इनकार करोगे? He has given you life, breath, so many things to nourish your body, air to breathe, sunlight for heat, so many trees to give you fruits and vegetables and other things. And God has supplied us everything without any cost. He hasn't taken charges for that. And in Hinduism, certain food items, if you see, we all go with tithis on lunar cycles. And three body elements, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha are there. And these fasting help us to control these three elements. Because over heating or Pat, Pitta or Kapha, जब हमारी body में excess हो जाते हैं, they create diseases. And fasting helps us to control these three elements. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Rita also does a lot of fasting, and she has derived it all from our mother. So, Rita, would you like to add something?
For me, Afroz ma'am has really pinpointed very important to purify our heart, to purify our speech. Some people keep this kind of fasting also, that we will keep mourn throughout the day of so many 10 days or these. And we have, and Bhavya also told one thing like this when we do fasting, we can be more focused on other things. Otherwise, we are quite throughout the day we are busy planning about what to eat and what not to eat, and preparing vegetables and all, and something of that sort. But when we are on fasting, I feel personally that on fasting day I'm more at peace. Like today I'm on fasting, I haven't taken salt, so these days my meditations are better.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
feel
Sorry,
I feel more at peace.
Because I have seen people controlling their anger during the fasting period.
And automatically, I think it is an auto mode also. It happens like what I feel, it happens on its own.
Maybe when our nerves are calm, we are peaceful.
Yeah, because
peace.
So this is and we become benefit. Yeah, this I personally do feel.
During the fast, we don't want to hurt any other, because it will generally, it feels bad for us that we did something bad to someone and we were having fast. So our fast was fruitless and it has gone. So we just out of fear, we try to avoid such things.
Purposefully, otherwise we on auto mode also it happens, so that we are more calm and at peace on those days.
Yes, ma'am.
But not every day. We should not be fasting, like we should not be too harsh on it. That's people have mentioned, students have mentioned. And naturopathy also believes in it. The naturopathy also says when we fall sick or we have some indigestion, some diarrhea, some nausea, so on those days we can take a rest. You can take lime water or nariyal coconut water and take more of rest. Not fasting also, and we are doing a lot of manual work that is not done. We should be careful
that we should take proper rest on those days when we are fasting. Otherwise, it can have an adverse effect.
Adverse effect. Too much fasting is bad, but balanced fasting.
Let us ask the students how many of them observe fasting. Please raise your hand. Do you observe fasting? Khushi observe. Okay.
Sir, only one day.
Monday for a good husband?
No.
Because among
Because
Hindus,
I don't want to eat. Like I don't want to eat
okay.
anything. I hate
No,
eating.
I was
So
just joking. You are too young. But when girls grow up, they start sometimes observing fasting for being blessed with a very good husband, because all men are not good husbands.
I did so, Devesh, from 8th onwards, Monday.
Yes,
The whole group of my Cambridge, 5 of us all started
of
together.
course. Devenji was a real gem of a person. Anyone else who observes fast among students? You are too young. Okay, you need a lot of energy. But when we grow up,
Lovely
it is
also
best.
did.
Okay, Lovely, you want to say something?
No, she is
Karan has gone. Karan
not
wanted
in.
to say.
She
Yes,
is not in.
Lovely.
Keep fast. I keep fast on Navratri all the 9 days.
Good, very good. So that reminds me of a joke. Have you heard of a very hilarious poet in India called Surendra Sharma? Has anyone heard of him? He
Yes.
is full of jokes about wife and husband.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
one of the jokes he narrated was that Indian husbands are very timid, और उनकी हिंदी बड़ी अच्छी होती है. I can't put it that well, but he will say, या हमारे देश के पति सारे बहुत दब्बू होते हैं और उन्होंने मुझे सुपारी दे दी है उनकी बीवियों को समझाने के लिए. तो एक पतिदेव अपनी बीवी के साथ आए, तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये तो इतने सारे व्रत रखती है मेरी जिंदगी के लिए, लेकिन मुझे डराती रहती है कि मुझे गहना नहीं दिलाया तो अभी व्रत तोड़ूंगी और तुम बीमार पड़ जाओगे. और मेरे पास तो एक व्रत भी नहीं है कि इसको जुकाम भी हो जाए. So students should also come up with some jokes at times, and that adds a lot of color to your speech. And especially if you start with a good joke, then immediately audiences are glued to your whatever you are saying. So this is a good art to develop. And in fact, there is no harm. You should keep a little notebook, or these days, in fact, you don't need a notebook. You have a notebook in your mobile. So keep noting some good jokes for different occasions, some good poetry, verses, shairi for special occasions. This will help you become more lovable in your social circles. And I wanted to introduce two English terms. The opposite of someone who fasts is what? Gluttonous. Gluttony is eating too much. Okay, GLUTTONY. And there is a term borrowed from French in English. It's pronounced as connoisseur. Connoisseur. But the spelling is CONNOISSEUR. Connoisseur, according to spelling, but because it is a French word, it will be pronounced as connoisseur. Connoisseur means who is an expert in matters of food, etc. So between gluttony and fasting, there is something like being a connoisseur, that is to have a beautiful art of making meals and enjoying meals, but in limit. Okay, Any student want to add something?
So I want to ask you something.
Yes, Kushi.
So I want to ask you, like, how can a language borrow a word from another language?
How can you borrow? Uh, you can of course use a word from another language as long as your listeners or readers can make sense in the sentence.
So can it be by translation?
Otherwise, in a
translate a
footnote,
word
you
from
can give the translation. And of course, generally you should avoid a word from another language unless the main language that you are using, its dictionary has that word. For example, you can say zamindar in English because zamindar is found in the English dictionary also. You can even use thug in English. You can use gunda. You can use mela. So English has borrowed words from all types of languages, and that is why today English is
So is Mela is a Hindi word or English?
It is a Hindi word borrowed in English also. Many English writers have used the word mela, just as they have used the word guru.
Does that have similar meanings or different?
No, it has a similar meaning, but not same meaning in the sense that in English they use the word fair, F-A-I-R. Fair is same as mela, but English fairs are different from Indian melas. Indian melas have much more color, much more noise, for example, and much more dancing, and obviously not as many costly things, but lots of small things which ordinary Indian families don't have otherwise in their local markets, they purchase at the Mela time. Okay? But English fairs are slightly different. English fairs will have a lot of socializing, for example. That is less of a purpose in Indian Melas because Indian family life is very complete. We don't need to find company outside family so much. Okay? Afrozi, you want to say something more?
Yes, sir. One more thing that slipped from my brain, that while taking food during fasting, we sit peacefully having the plate before us and without standing, without completing the food, we don't leave the place. This is the best way to eat food. And
Okay.
during otherwise we just take something, then coming back to the plate and then again raising from that plate and bringing something, so it even interrupts your metabolism that time. For your digestion system it is very good, because our Indian teachings that we have said that drink water earlier, half an hour before the meal or after the meal. Don't drink water during the meal time when you are having food, because it will disrupt your metabolism. So these systems are very good, but we have forgotten all the rituals. Being the modern person, like standing up, having.
I'll pose one question that is coming to my mind to everybody. Since fasting is helpful in healing as well as maintaining good health, why even good doctors don't recommend fasting? In fact, they often recommend the opposite. अच्छे से खाओ. Even good doctors, bad doctors, of course, we understand they want to earn more by keeping us sick. But even good doctors don't recommend fasting. Rita, what could be the reason?
They wish naturopathy doctors and these Ayurveda doctors, so yeah, they do want
No,
us
I
to
was talking about
allopathic.
doctors. I meant allopath doctors, surgeons, everyone.
They are all
No,
Western.
they want
All
Yes.
they are Yes, sir. They are all Western-based medicines.
Yes. But
All
even
West-
good ones, they also have good doctors, but they never recommend fasting.
because
Because
in Unani they suggest something, then they will have some precautions. Don't take sore items or other things. Even in I can say homeopathy too. When they suggest prescribe some medicines, they will
Yes.
narrate some precautions for that. That don't do this, or don't take sore items, or don't consume these items during taking these medicines. But
No,
in
I was
allopathy,
talking about allopaths. They don't even, not only they don't recommend fasting, but even yoga, pranayam. If I say I'm having a little coughing problem these days, but when I went to the doctor, he doesn't suggest pranayam. I don't know why.
because
Karan must be knowing. Karan, do you have an answer to this? Why don't our doctors recommend fasting if it is so helpful? Khushi wants to say something. Khushi? Lovely, your hand is showing. You want to add something?
Yes, sir. I want to say that in sometimes in fast we do not take proper meal. Maybe that's why the doctor suggests not to keep fast.
No, for example, Karan was saying that in cancer, fasting helps a lot. And cancer, allopaths are not able to treat very well, yet they don't recommend fasting. Even the honest doctor, honest allopath, never recommends fasting. Is it because the Western medicines need continuous supply of
yes, Devesh, this must be the
food
main
into
reason.
our food in our system, in our body? I don't know. Yes, Reja?
Yes, Devesh, this must be the main reason that those medicines do not work without food and all. This must be
Okay.
the main reason, because that is a different line. Like Nipun, these people are allopathy doctors and all. No? They never suggest us such things what naturopaths suggest. So their line of this thing is different from others.
So this is something important we have learned today. Afrozi, you were saying something?
there's some home remedies. They are quite effective for some small problems. We have so many and having like a problem ajwain, methi dana. Too many spices are there in kitchen.
Dalchini.
Yes, but they never suggest earlier when in olden times our grannies and nannies were used to give
Yes.
such home remedies to young children's.
Yes,
But
Dadi Ma ke
now
nuske.
since the beginning they just prohibited, don't do this, don't do this, and don't do this, depending on only allopathic medicines.
But a person like me has a big problem. मुझे तो डिप्रेशन हो जाएगा अगर खाना नहीं मिले.
No, sir, fasting
मैं
doesn't mean that
मैं 4 घंटे का फास्टिंग कर सकता हूँ बस. 4 घंटे.
Sir, I
fasting
want to say something.
Ma'am, I
Yes.
want to say
Sir,
that
there's a book named Ikigai of the Japanese book.
Yeah,
and
it-
I
that
recently I
tells-
read it.
Yeah,
And in that book is written that the person who should eat 80%
Speak
of
one
the
at a
normal
time.
diet.
Please speak one at a time. Bhavya, yes, you say first, then Khushi.
Sir, I want to say
Sir,
that
what
there
is
is a book
Ikigai?
Ikigai. In that it tells us that we should eat 80% of our diet and 20% we have to drink water.
Okay.
No, sir, it's
And-
absolutely wrong. No. Yes.
What is your view, Khushi?
Sir, can I speak?
Yes, Khushi.
Sir, there's a book named Ikigai, and the Iki means Ikigai, and Iki means life, and Gai means value. In that book, it's written that every person should eat 80% of the food, and the 60% should be salad in it. and 20% should be nothing to eat, because we should not eat as much we want. We should just give some space to our tummy, and we should just have a salad much more than the food we used to eat, because it may produce fat, and but the salad does not. So yeah.
And what about rasgulla? You can have or no?
Rasgulla, no, we can't.
Lovely, you want to say something?
Yes, sir, I want to say that whenever we keep fast, there are some things that we do not have to eat, and whenever we are sick and we are facing some disease like cancer or anything, we have to keep our body healthy, and for keeping our body healthy, we need to drink a lots of water and take a proper meal. So maybe that's the reason. And in fasting, we do not take proper meal. There are some things which we do not have to eat. Like in the Janmashtami fast, I've heard that we do not drink water the whole day. So this keeps our body dehydrated. So maybe that's the reason.
Yes. So it was a
Devesh,
very
one
good
joke.
topic. Yeah, Rita.
My
Welcome.
my guru says सब लोग बस सारा दिन यही ये मत खाओ वो मत खाओ, हाँ सबका दिमाग खाओ बस.
Better to have something. मैं तो जब इवनिंग में वॉक करने जाता हूँ, when I see lots of people having pav bhaji and golgappa and whatnot, my whole road is full of eateries. So मैं
Sir, I guess
लेकिन उनको देख के ना,
Golgappa is
I just remind myself, oh wow, what a lovely dinner I have at home ready for me. मैं तो but उससे मैं divert कर लेता हूँ. So best is one, not to eat too much and not to eat outside food, but enjoy your home food along with some fasting. And one very big use of fasting for students is that you will feel less sleepy and your brain will work much better. If
Sir,
it is
in
not,
this class, many children will be saying that they eat the home food, but when we will be meeting him outside or him or her outside, we will be finding them eating golgappa, pav bhaji, and many other things.
it's very tempting, but you must minimize
the
it.
students nowadays used to say that we are gonna eat. Mama used to say, "Mama, that we will eat your food that given by you." But after it all, when they used to come back home, they used to eat golgappe and ice cream in between.
But make them at home as far as possible. Don't eat outside. There is very poor hygiene, and I have generally seen very educated people don't eat outside too much, except in very good restaurant or something. But even that is not reliable. Make whatever you like at home. That is best. And there is a lot of fun also. You all get together, help your mother, and she will also appreciate. But eat at home together. Okay.
Doctor,
So, sorry, you're saying something?
Devesh, best middle path is the best.
Yes.
Middle path, not too much of this, not too much of that.
This is the best conclusion. Middle path is best. You should not make everything dull also. God has given us senses to enjoy, but in very limited, disciplined way. That is all. This is what I think Afroz ji was saying.
यस सर, हम कह रहे हैं आंख का भी व्रत है तो जिह्वा का भी व्रत है. क्यों? क्योंकि आप व्रत रखकर किसी की भावनाओं को करें. व्रत का मतलब
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. यस,
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ना. किसी
कई
की
लोगों को
बुराई नहीं
गाली
करनी.
देने में इतना मजा आता है जैसे पता नहीं रसगुल्ला खा रहे हैं.
आज सर को रसगुल्ला बहुत याद है. आपको रसगुल्ला बहुत याद है.
In summers it is nice to have a little cold sweet. This was just coincidence. But Afrozji's point is very important. Fasting is not about just restricting or disciplining your taste buds. टेस्ट बर्ड्स जो होता है ना, हमारा स्वाद का जो शौक होता है उसको बोलेंगे टेस्ट बर्ड्स, but also disciplining all our senses. Okay, friends, I think we will now see Afroz ji next week. And when is your fasting ending, Afroz ji?
On 2nd of May or 3rd of May.
So this is Eid ul Fitr after that?
Yes, Eid ul Fitr.
So happy Eid Mubarak aapko advance mein.
One more thing that I would clarify, Fitr means because Fitr, that means Fitra, a part of from our money. Zakat is also there in Ramzan.
Yes.
2.5% of your all savings throughout the year is donated to poor class.
Okay.
And that doesn't matter whether Hindu or Muslim, but need to be given.
Okay.
In need, you should share your part, 2.5% saving part to other people, so that they could even celebrate the festival. And
Yes,
one more thing.
Sorry.
एक फितरा होता है हमारे यहाँ पर, ईद उल फित्र इसी वजह से होता है कि हर बच्चे का घर में जितने भी सदस्य रहते हैं तो उनके हिसाब से रोज 2.5 किलो अनाज के हिसाब से जितने मेंबर्स हैं उस दिन पहले निकाले जाते हैं कि वो भी दक्षिणा के तौर पर निकले और वो अनाज गरीबों तक जाए। जब इतना अनाज आपके घर से एक बार में निकलेगा कितने लोगों तक पहुंचेगा?
That's a really nice custom. That reminds me of a beautiful story by Premchand called Eidgah. I think all students must have read this story. Do you recall this story, Eidgah, in which the central character is called Hamid?
Yes. चिमटे वाली
चिमटा वो भिजती
दादी के लिए very nice story.
Khushi, have you read, Bhavya?
Yes, the boy went to the Mela and he only buy a chimta for his mother.
So I request you all, this story is available in English also. Read this in English. On Google it is available. In fact, all Premchand stories are available. Write just Premchand and Eidgah. And it's a short story, but look at the beautiful language that great writers use and bring out emotions. Basically, the distinctive feature of good literature is that it brings out emotions. So please read this short story. It will just take less than half an hour, and maybe we will have one class on Premchand. Okay.
Afroz ji, but one thing I would like to ask, like why animal sacrifice? ये कभी बताना मुझे personally school में.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I will.
Even I feel very disturbed about killing animals, but Afroz ji can guide us more. You were saying something?
For next session, we can arrange a class on Premchand's short stories. Everyone will read the story and he will explain the story.
Okay. So next Tuesday we will have a discussion on Premchand. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.